Thai and American officials have reported progress in their effort to curb illegal wildlife trafficking, but they say the problem is growing because of increased demand for endangered animals and their money-making parts.
Thai authorities say Thailand is being used as a transshipment point, especially for ivory. I spoke with VOA correspondent in Bangkok, Steve Herman, and asked him about Thailand's role in this global trade.
Thailand not only has a number of desirable animals for traffickers, it is also a major transshipment point. We hear cases all the time being busted at the international airport in Bangkok. These endangered animals seized by authorities in Thailand were taken from their natural habitats and snared in what has become a multi-billion-dollar illicit business. So stuff is not only originating from Thailand, but also coming through Thailand. Not only live animals, but also things such as elephant tusks. And a single tusk can be worth many thousands of dollars for the ivory, obviously.
Now, Steve, the U.S. official you interviewed was very clear in his statement that wildlife traffickers are criminals that need to be prosecuted.
Investigate, arrest, prosecute, and incarcerate those who commit crimes, and illegal wildlife traffickers are definitely criminals.
Is that happening?
Yes, it is to some degree. This is not just some small-time smuggling operation going on. It is considered organized crime. But even pursuing a regional solution in Southeast Asia is proving to be a big challenge. The kingpins of the trafficking have proven to be untouchable so far. Honest officers say they are stymied by corrupt counterparts and a lack of sharing of intelligence among different agencies, let alone across borders. And because there's so much money involved, it's very lucrative. There are also law enforcement officers, the same officers that are supposed to be arresting these people are in cahoots sometimes in various countries with the criminals. And it is a very big business with an increasing demand in part from wealthier customers in Asia and notably China.
Can you tell us a little bit more about who's actually getting these animals, where they're going, what's sort of their trajectory, where did they come from, and what's their end point?
Endangered animals are trafficked to satisfy a number of markets. A big one, of course, is traditional medicine, such as Chinese medicine. There's people that like to eat the flesh of certain endangered animals. And of course, some of these are sold as exotic pets, such as reptiles and birds. And there's also the sale of exotic animal species here in Thailand for use in the tourism industry. And
what happens to these animals once they're rescued?
Well, as far as we know, a lot of them are being kept in captivity because they may be evidence in a court case. And some of them eventually may end up in zoos, but zoos, of course, can be another problem in the developing world. I'm not familiar really whether there's some sort of adoption system because these are endangered species and private individuals are not supposed to be having them, especially as pets.
And our thanks again to VOA's Steve Herman. Steve says, by the way, that Thai authorities project that they will seize some 20,000 illegally traded animals this year.